morning, everybody. Welcome to Woodbridge Middle School and the Township's annual salute to the American Irish community of Woodbridge Township. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and this is going to be a great but cold day here in Woodbridge. It's sunny, it's not raining, it's not snowing. We can handle a little cold. I'd like now to call on the official bagpiper of Woodbridge Township, Mr. Paul DeLeo, and ask him to please lead the honorees up to the stage. Thank you, Paul. I'd now like to ask Deacon William Lang of St. James Roman Catholic Church to perform the invocation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As always, it's a great privilege to gather here today with our brothers and sisters, inspired by St. Patrick, who himself overcame slavery, fought for his freedom, and called by God, he went on to serve the people that he came to know and love, and through his efforts made them all a better people. We gather here today to remember, Lord God, your great gift of your Spirit among us, that not only through the witness of St. Patrick, but through the witness of so many of your blessed people who call your beautiful creation, Ireland, their home, or their land of their birth, of their ancestors, that filled with your Spirit and inspired by St. Patrick and all the nameless saints who have called Ireland their homeland, may we celebrate today with great joy and give you thanks for the many blessings upon Ireland and her children and her many friends gathered here today. And we ask this through Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord. Amen.
Okay, the flags behind us, let's please do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to introduce several of the elected officials in the audience. To my left, Senator Joe Vitale. You'll hear from him in a couple of minutes. From our town council, Councilman-at-Large Brian Small, Councilwoman-at-Large Lisbeth De Jesus, 3rd Ward Councilman Corey Spiller, Councilman-at-Large Greg Ficarra, 1st Ward Councilwoman Nancy Drum, 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. In the audience, we have 3 of our Middlesex County freeholders, our very own former Councilman Charlotte Kenny, from Monroe, a newly appointed Councilwoman Leslie Koppel, and from North Brunswick, another newly appointed Councilwoman elected once, Shanti Nara. We also have from our Board of Ed, Ezio Tamburella, and of course the current president, the great Dan Harris. There's a couple of former councilmen, Jim Carroll and Ken Gardner. And there's a guy here who, if you saw him, you wouldn't recognize him. He's a longtime friend of Woodbridge. You might recognize his voice, but not his face. He's the voice of WCTC, always does great things with Woodbridge and covering us. Bert Barron, thanks for being here, Bert. I'd now like to ask Paul DeLeo to please entertain us with a musical selection on the bagpipes. I'd now like to call up the president of the American Irish Association of Woodbridge, Barbara Lasik, a young lady who I think has done a fantastic job this year. I said before at the dinner last week at Ariana's, we have each other on speed dial. A lot's happened this year. The council chamber was not available because of the election Tuesday, which probably won't be an election Tuesday, and the Hungarian Club booked their hall for the weekend, so everything was up in a little bit of disarray, but Barbara was calm, cool, and collected, and she handled everything. We're here today. I think this is a fantastic venue, a lot more room than Town Hall. Maybe we keep this in the future, and I'm also sure that we're going to like the Woodbridge Community Center instead of the Hungarian Man. I hope the Hungarian Club, hopefully we keep that too going forward. But Barbara's done a wonderful job representing this great organization, so Barbara, please say a few words.
Thank you. I guess wait, I'm short. Hi, can everyone see me? I don't know. I'd like to welcome you to our 44th annual parade. Our theme is 50 years. I know it's very cold outside, but you have to know our Irish. We're warm at heart, and let the warmth go to the people on the street. And I hope the citizens come out, the members of the town. I know it's cold, but we are getting great coverage this year, thanks to Ken Gardner. This morning on Channel 12, they announced our parade, and it was also on Channel 7 on their calendar of events. So we have been given much publicity, and this is one of the largest parades in New Jersey, and I'm very, very proud to be president of this organization. I would at this time like to introduce my officers. Our honoree is one of our honorees, Vice President Barbara Thompson. If you could just stand so they can recognize you, Secretary Deborah Hepton. Corresponding Secretary Dolores Boyd. I got it right. Financial Secretary Doris McKeevely. Our Treasurer Cindy Chakovanich. Sergeant-at-Arms Ed McSherry. And our directors, another honoree Ken Egan, Sean Keaveney, Joan Dias, Joan Ward, John Reitman, and Ken Gardner. As I said, I hope everyone does come out because this is a very special day for all of us, and I hope we have a great parade and just try and keep warm. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'd now like to start calling up our honorees. I got to go back the other way. Our first honoree is Assemblyman Craig J. Coughlin, who is the Grand Marshal of the 2017 Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade. Craig I've known for longer than probably everybody in this room. We go back to the late 80s when we were in a fantasy football league together through a common friend, and we've been really good friends ever since. He is a great choice to be the honoree of this parade. He's in his 8th year as the Assemblyman. He's actually being, at a short time, to be considered for the leadership, to be working his way up as quick as he is. And when they talk about who's going to run the Assembly next year, when the change in governor happens and the change in leadership happens, Craig's name's at the top of the list. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens because Craig is a sincere legislator who always does the right thing, who always puts his constituents first. He just is a fantastic asset for the Township of Woodbridge in the 19th District. He served with distinction. Besides that, he's a good guy. He's got a wife and 3 great boys. He was just Friday night at the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick dinner. He was one of the speakers. He was actually the only funny speaker. Everybody else was pretty bad, but Craig, well, I shouldn't say that. The guy's going to be the governor. Everybody else was okay, but Craig was outstanding. I'd like to call him up now and also call up Senator Joe Vitale to help us. Usually Craig is with us presenting the proclamations. Now he's on the receiving end of the proclamation. So Craig, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was really a pleasure. He's right. Craig is always on the other side handing these out, and it's really altogether fitting that we do this for Craig. You know, Craig is our friend, and everyone in this room, I'm sure, can count on Craig as a friend as well. and not only as a great assemblyman, but as a really important part of this community, and he always has been, and for many years to come. So Craig, congratulations on this great day, this great honor. I know it does mean a lot to you, and for that we're really happy. Congratulations.
Thanks. Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you all for coming out. This is a really special day. And I know, they wrecked it on us, took an hour away of sleep, worst day of the year. But I do thank everybody for coming out. And I did want to correct the mayor for one thing. The only person in the room who knows me longer than him is Letitia Coughlin, and she's known me since we were about 7 and 8 years old. And I'd like to especially thank her. I've had the good fortune to be named the South Amboy Honorary Irishman of the Year. It was honorary, even though I grew up there. The Sons of St. Patrick Irishman of the Year, and we saved the best for last. And so now I get to be the Grand Marshal of the Woodbridge Parade, which is a really, truly special event. And I am so fortunate that Tish is there all the time to make sure everything is pinned up right, in the right place, and she shares all of the joy that I get to share. So thank you very much, honey, for being here. Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming out and for this incredible honor. Thank you to the parade committee for selecting me. Thank you to the organization for doing that. We can be candid, right? We've been together now. This is about the 4th time you've heard me say thank you at the Tip a Pint, at the dinner, the other day, anytime I see you on the street. But it's always something that needs to be said, because this is a truly remarkable honor, and one that the Coughlin family will never forget. Wait till you see how many people I got marching behind me. My kids and their friends, and my sister and my sister-in-law, and nieces and nephews, and because it is such a proud day for all of us, and that is owing to you being kind enough to pick me. On top of that, we're gonna see there are some really fun and interesting hats we're gonna see along the way, but I got the coolest hat. And that's because I get to be the Grand Marshal. So it's a wonderful day. It's a great day to celebrate our incredible Irish heritage. And it's a good time to reflect on all of the things that the Irish have done in terms of art, in terms of government, in terms of literature. We have a reputation for being fun, and we're all of that too. But we are mostly people who make a difference in the world, people who make a difference in this country, and especially, I think, here in New Jersey, where we are so proud. Maybe it's not a coincidence that New Jersey and Ireland are sort of shaped alike, because the Irish heritage has a rich tradition here in New Jersey, and especially here in Woodbridge. So this is a special day, and thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for making this just that, a special day for me, for my family, and I hope for all of us who are Irish, it's a chance to celebrate and to say, here we are, loud and proud. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I appreciate it.
This next one I'm kind of torn about, because we have a long history of honorees from Menlo Park Terrace. We have Willie Donovan, Terry Dorick, Jim Dorick, Eddie Mullen, Tom Henderson, myself. It's a nice list of people. Until now. Kenneth Michael Egan, unfortunately, is from Menlo Park Terrace. I'd say we grew up together. He's a little older than me. We knew each other growing up. We played Little League at the same time, but never on the same team and never in the same exact era. But Kenny's a great guy. Kenny, I've gotten to know him really well through the club the last several years. He is just a barrel of laughs, a fun guy. He cares very deeply about his Irish heritage and about his family, and he's an incredibly hard worker. It mentions all those things here. He's a past parade chairperson, co-chairperson, past president, currently a director, band liaison to the parade, active member of the Knights of Columbus 4th degree, et cetera, et cetera. So all kidding aside, I think he's a wonderful man who does great things for this club, and I'm proud to introduce Kenneth Michael Egan as the Irish Man of the Year.
John, there's a discrepancy here. You have Nancy Egan as Irish Man of the Year. It was once asked to me many times, I should say, not once, many times, who wears the pants in the family? Well, everybody knows that's Nancy Jean down there, okay? But I'm so proud to be named the Irish Man of the Year. And being judged by a jury of my peers is quite an honor. It's really great to be up here, and I'm a very, very blessed man. I have a wonderful family, my lovely wife, Nancy, my eldest son, Patrick, who's currently on the job, Jersey City Police. He spent a term in the Navy. I have my daughter, Danielle, who will be at the parade today, could not make this morning, unfortunately. I have my wonderful grandchildren, Annabelle and Richard, in the audience. But anyway, let's talk a little bit about the parade, how much work it is for everyone, and pretty much everyone on our staff, and along with the town. I know John always says, let me tell you this, it's really nothing to do with Woodbridge, it's done by the Woodbridge American Irish. Well, John and his crew and the freeholders and the council and everyone else, they all chip in and they help us along with this parade. And this parade is getting better and better every year, and it's bigger and bigger. And I keep watching the stats on the parades in the state of New Jersey. And honestly, guys, we've made it to the top. We're like the largest parade in the state at this time. And that's a great thing to do. But in any event, we have a beautiful day. Yes, it's cold. Yes, it's March. Nancy and I ran out and bought long johns yesterday, so we'll be wearing them under this, because anybody that's marching in the parade, you have to wear your uniform and look nice and all that, and that's what we're going to do. But I have to thank my mother and father in heaven for giving me the guidance for where I am today. So in any event, I wish you all a great day, have a great parade, and we'll see you out on the street. Thank you very much.
Another very hard-working young lady has been named the Irish Woman of the Year, Barbara Thompson, and she's got such a long list I could never memorize it, so I'm going to read it. First of all, she traces her Irish roots to great-grandmother Kathleen Costello, whose parents hailed from County Sligo and County Mayo. Barbara has been active in the American Irish Association, serving as Vice President, Chairperson of the 2014 Parade, Co-Chairperson of the 2013 Parade, Financial Secretary for 5 years, Super 50-50 Chairperson, and has also participated in many community programs to include the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry, Tooling Around the Township, Shaughnessy Park Cleanup, Feed the Homeless at the Salvation Army, Dollars for Danielle, and other charitable endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, the Irish Woman of the Year, who is very deserving of this award, Barbara Thompson.
Congratulations.
I first would like to thank the parade chairwoman, Mary Natal White, and Brenda, and the entire parade committee for this great honor. I would like to thank my husband, Eddie, for all his support, my sons, Philip Guido and his girlfriend, Jen, Peter Guido and his wife, Tara, Vinnie Guido, Eddie Thompson, Jr., and his fiancée, Tara, and stepson, Jason. My Irish heritage comes from my great-grandmother, as the mayor said, Kathleen Costello, but even though I'm only an eighth Irish by blood, I have the largest Irish family of all, the American Irish Association of Woodbridge. It's the best organization to be involved in, and it's the best in the town. So today we're going to have a great parade. May good luck be with you wherever you go, and your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow. Thank you.
Barbara liked these proclamations so well she left them up here. Thank you. Our Ms. American Irish, Brianne Carey Dowd, is the fourth generation of the Dowd family in the new country, having Irish heritage that goes back to her great-great-grandfather Philip Flanagan from County Cavan and great-great-grandmother Mary Gillick from County Cork. Brianna is a sophomore student at JFK Memorial High School, participating in the General Studies program with an interest in cinematic photography and photojournalism, and enjoys horseback riding and assisting at Island Fire Company 11, along with other community endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. American Irish, Brianne Carey Dowd.
Congratulations.
I didn't really prepare a speech, so sorry. but I'm going to say thank you for being here, and I would like to thank the association, my parents, and everyone here. Let's hope that the parade is a very big kickoff, and let's all stay warm.
And our last award, the Irish Lady in Waiting, Julia Sinatra, is a junior student at JFK Memorial High School, participating in the General Studies program, serving as president of the junior class, member of the Student Council and Key Club, and member of the JFK High School softball team. And she also has participated in many American Irish Association events through Irish dancing, Irish Night at the Veterans Home, and other association events and programs. Ladies and gentlemen, the Irish Lady in Waiting, Julia Sinatra. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone. I would just like to thank the club for giving me such an incredible opportunity. I've always been involved in the parade my entire life, and I've seen all the hard work that's put into it, and I've always hoped that one day I would be Lady in Waiting.